Right, this is 2 years since we got the DC fridge freezer. Still going well. You can probably see the signs. It used to say put clip back on when closing. It's faded a bit on both sides, but that's okay. Overall condition, it's not bad still. It's got wears and tears of things being put on it. This is that coating which we still haven't taken off because I'm not OCD, it doesn't bother me. What else? Oh yeah, this is probably important. Clips are still very good to this day. Some of these type of clips on fridges get loose and worn, but no problem at all with these. This is showing 3 degrees up top is on the left hand side of the fridge and 1 degree is on the right. Just changed this back to be an all fridge this week because I've got a DC freezer as well, but we kept in this side of the fridge is the bigger part is the freezer, and that's the fridge, or you can have it all freezer. What we've got it at the moment is all fridge. So this is just showing you resting. There's the compressor comes on very little during winter, but it's now spring here. So let's have a look what we get in our fridge. This will be the beverage side. It's a bit overcast today, so the lighting's not that good. In the back here I've got a whole carton of beer, which is 4 6-packs. A bit of water, bits and pieces. Down the bottom there's some soft drink, lemonade, ginger beer, Coke. But that holds a lot. Like I say, if you can see how that is a carton of beer, there's one underneath each of these, you'd get 2 full cartons of beer in here. But we don't drink that much, so we put one in and put soft drink. Again, the clips are still very good after 2 years. This is now, instead of being freezer, we've cleaned out all our freezer stuff and we minimise it by the end of the winter. So just the basic stuff you have in a normal fridge: sour cream, butter, cheese. That's a honeydew, it's going to be beautiful. Yogurt, beetroot. I don't think the lighting's very good. Milk, eggs, you know, condiments that you normally do have. So, okay, so that, like I say, this is 2 years since we've had this, and this is connected to a 24-volt system. That's the plug that goes in, shows you the 15 amp fuse, and it shows you the lead coming down, which goes all the way up to a plug, just a female, male into a female plug. It's showing 26.2, but again it's early in the morning and I don't know if you can see, it's quite looks brighter than it is. It's quite dull out there, so that's good. This DC fridge has always been connected up to 4 100 amp AGM glass mat batteries. They're telecommunications batteries in series and parallel, giving me 24 volts. The fridge itself can run off 12 volt, 24 volt, or even, and I'll show you the adapter, hang on a sec. And I might even do an experiment for those who are interested. This is an adapter. This is obviously goes in, that's the plug that comes from the fridge. That would go into this socket, the female receiver. Goes into an AC/DC adapter. And then I can plug that into the inverter. So I might do that. I might show you what wattage it uses. So just give me a sec. Right, I've just connected the kilowatt meter to the inverter, just to show you the kilowatt is sitting on the actual inverter. It's not pulling anything. This is the AC to DC cabling, which I'm about to plug in. So here it goes. Oop, push. Now that's on. You'll see it's got a slight draw. This is not doing anything. This is just sitting loosely. But some people don't understand sometimes. You're talking about appliances that are left on but not being used. It's using about 0.4 or 0.5 of a watt, which is not much, just sitting there doing nothing. But now let's connect. This is the DC plug. You can see a bit more sun, we're getting a bit more charge coming in. Unplug the DC plug from there. Now what we're going to do is connect this. Excuse the rough cam work. That's now connected. Alright, so that's the DC male plug which was normally in there, which is now on the AC-DC adapter. And because the compressor's not on, it's only using 1.5 watts, but we'll wait until the compressor comes on and I'll catch the reading then. Right, I think the compressor will be coming on shortly. Why? Because we've opened the doors to warm it up a bit. During, like say, winter and spring, it's basically once or twice an hour, but the compressor should come on shortly. This is a bit like watching a kettle boil. I have opened both doors of the fridge freezer, expecting the compressor to kick in, but because it's not that hot and the way that these chest fridge freezers are, you don't lose a lot of cold. So I've been waiting so far 7 minutes and the compressor still hasn't come on. Let's see how long it takes. Here we go, just as I said how long it takes, it kicks in. So I wanted you to see on the kilowatt meter the actual wattage. Now I'm going to keep this on for the whole process. It normally takes tops 2 or 3 minutes, so if need be I'll just fast forward this, but it cannot take, on a cool day it can only use 1 minute, 1.5, so you're now watching 86 watts being used. Let's see what it uses and how long it uses it for. So it took 8 minutes for the actual compressor to come on because of the chest design of the fridge freezer. No cold air was falling out, just ambient temperature. Eventually dropped the temperature down on the fridge freezer to make the compressor come on, but they're very efficient. If you're going to get a DC fridge or freezer, try and get a chest type. For obvious reasons, you don't open the door and the cold air fall out. But this has been going now for about, I think a minute, I'm not sure. And we're just waiting for the compressor to run through its cycle. I think 91, 92, 93. 98, 99, we're going to get to 100, there we go, 100 watts, 103, 105, 6, 7, 9, 10. You've got to take into consideration the wattage you're seeing is how much it would use for an hour if it was drawing that power, but this is not going to be on for an hour. So it's now been on, I think, for 2 minutes, roughly. Like I said, we left the doors open for 8 minutes. before the extra compressor come on. So normally a cycle would be done by now, but because we've let all that warm air in, it's taken a bit longer to bring it back down and using a bit more power than it normally would do. A bit like starting the fridge freezer off from scratch and then adding your food, if you know what I mean. The temperature needs to drop in the food as well as the compartment itself. Now that's 3 minutes. That's 4 minutes and it's stopped, as you can see. So for 4 minutes it used on average I think about 110, maybe 100 watts, but on its next cycle it won't use as much because, like I say, we opened everything up. Probably use about 80, 85, 90 for a lot less, probably a minute and a half. So they're very efficient as far as utilising from your off-grid solar or off-grid wind battery bank. You're not going to use much. In fact, I worked out roughly in 24 volt in amperage, we're probably using 18 to 20 amps a day. And like I say, that particular system, this is running from the AC inverter through DC to make the fridge work. But we're utilising basically, there's 4 100 amp gel batteries that are used in this system. There's 4 at the back, which means when it's coupled in series and parallel, it's only 200 amps. So there are 200 amps at 24 volts running this system. We also run a few lights off this, and we can use other auxiliaries. You can see we could use these plugs, there's 2 there, we could use for something else, charging. So 2 years on since we got the fridge freezer, very, very happy. If you were thinking of getting one, this one I think we got for a very good bargain. It was $550 delivered. I don't think I've seen one under $1,000. This is a 100 litre, or I think that's 3.5 cubic feet of fridge freezer. Big enough for 2 people, probably big enough for 4 people. Depends how much food you're going to keep in it. Like I say, we have bits and pieces in our fridge, but there's plenty of room for drinks on the other side. So that's the review after 2 years. Very happy, very efficient, and we do have another fridge freezer that we use. This is the freezer that we use during summer. This is a 200 litre DC freezer. So what this used to be used for during winter is freezer and fridge. We need more drinks, lots more drinks during summer, so it now becomes a drinks and just fridge. So if you're thinking of getting one, I can encourage you, it's the best thing you'll ever get off grid for sure. So if you have been, thank you for watching.